Hi guys, and welcome back to the series. In this series we're looking at assets that can beat inflation, and in today's video we're talking about how you can rent a room in your house to beat inflation. The first thing is, do you have a house or a flat? That's really going to make a difference in terms of the options you have for renting out a room. I'm going to start with houses. If you have a house, you can rent out the loft. If you have a loft, you consider doing a loft conversion. You need to weigh up the costs of doing the work, but let's say in London, which is where I'm based, a loft conversion can cost anything from around 20,000 to 50,000, but you might be able to rent the room out. Let's say you have an ensuite room in this loft for up to £1,000 a month or 12,000 a year. You might be fortunate to have spare rooms instead of a loft where you don't need to do a loft conversion. You might instantly be able to convert those rooms into a bedroom or bedrooms and rent them out on Airbnb or on the other websites for longer term tenants. Now, if you own the property and you're living there, they'd be just called lodgers, and you don't need to have any of the details like an AST behind it. It's a lot more flexible, and the government actually encourage people to do this with the rent-a-room scheme. Staying on the house theme, if you have a basement that's converted, you could consider renting that out. This is something my grandfather did 50 years ago. He converted the basement and his loft and rented both out, which enabled him to purchase a house and stay in that house in Blackheath in London, in one of the most expensive roads in the whole of London. I believe this strategy would still work, so buying a house that has a convertible loft and a house that has a convertible basement, and over time renovating them and renting them out either short term on platforms like Airbnb or longer term to people that are looking for a self-contained flat or a spare room. Now, at the time of filming this in London, like I mentioned, if it's a self-contained flat, you may be able to rent it out for £1,000 or more a month. If it's a room, it might be 600 to 900 depending on the quality of the room and all sorts of other factors. But overall, that's something I would recommend. It's something I've done in this house. It's a 5-bedroom house and we have 2 lodgers, and it works for everybody. The lodgers get a very nice, comfortable home with good quality accommodation, and we get an income which certainly beats inflation. The third thing to consider is outside space. Do you have a garden? Do you have any room outside that you can convert? Maybe you can convert a garage into a spare room, or in the garden maybe you could build a garden room and maybe rent that out in the spring and summer months on a platform like Airbnb or whatever. And in some cases you can make pretty good money on that. I think for unique high quality stays on Airbnb, it's not that uncommon to earn £100 a night, and certainly that would beat inflation as well. Guys, this is part of a much larger series I've done on asset classes that beat inflation, so make sure to check out my other videos in the series. If you like this video, then make sure to like it. Remember, subscribe to thrive, hit the bell to excel. The more you learn, the more you earn. I've got videos on a whole range of subjects, from investment to inflation to freelancing and how you can earn more in your career. I'm also an experienced stock picker, and there will be videos on how you can learn how to stock pick. I really hope you enjoy this video. If you've got any questions, queries or comments, let me know in the comment section below. Remember that knowledge is power, especially the right kind of knowledge, and progress is everything. I'll see you guys in the next video.